Welcome back to the FTC. I am the mustard to your ketchup. I'm the peanut butter to your jelly. I'm the carrots to your peas. I'm the host broadcasting from coast to coast with or without Colin Joes. Usually without. Mr. Peachtree! It's the answer show today for our water trivia, and you're going to find out how you did, and you're also going to see who wins the big prize. Yes! Yes! But before we get to the answers, I want to wish a special belated birthday to Noah Roblicki, a dedicated and faithful FTCer. All right, let's get to those answers. We are going to go rapid fire with the answers this week. So question number 1 was a bit of a trick question. I asked what the biggest dolphin was, and the biggest dolphin is actually a whale. It's a killer whale, also known as an orca, which a lot of you got, and I'm proud of you for sticking with all those trick questions. Question number 2. Well, let's get those characters up on the board. The first one that we have from SpongeBob, that guy right there, his name is Plankton. He's my favorite. Number 2, we have SpongeBob's pet named Gary. And number 3, we have this minor character, but with quite the funny name. Right here, Old Man Jenkins. And yes, there is another character named Older Man Jenkins. Question number 3 was your 2 truths and a lie, and it was the Waterfall edition. Let's go over each waterfall. The first waterfall was Blood Falls, and that's a real waterfall in Antarctica. It has so much algae and iron, 13 different kinds of algae in it, that when it flows out of the glacier, it looks like blood. The second waterfall was also a real waterfall. It's called Cater Falls, and it's in Guyana. And it is a waterfall that is so powerful, and so high up that it could power over 2 full New York cities if we could harness all the energy. And the third waterfall was the reverse waterfall on the Nile. And by deduction, you know that this one was a lie. But the crazy thing is I made that up. And when I Googled it, I Googled reverse waterfalls. There's actually some reverse waterfalls up in Scandinavia, like Norway and Sweden. And they happen because the water or the wind will go so fast against the waterfall that they'll actually make the waterfall go upwards. So it's kind of a truth, but this never happens on the Nile. All right, question number 4. That was sports and games. And I gave you a little bit of hint because this is my favorite sea creature. And the answer is an octopus. Paul was a psychic octopus that lived in Germany. And he was so good at guessing games that he will be remembered forever, if only in our hearts. All right, question number 5. That was geography. Was it fun to see my mom? I bet. She is just a great, cute little old woman. And she asked all about the 5 lakes in the Midwest. And the name that we call those lakes is the Great Lakes. I actually lived in Vermont, and there was a lake called Lake Champlain. And it wanted to be a Great Lake, but it didn't receive the status. So Lake Champlain is known as a pretty good lake, not a great lake. Question number 6 was your math question, and it was thundering and raining down there in East Dorset, Vermont. And Rachel said that it rains a ½ inch every half hour for half the day. So think about it this way. If it rains a ½ inch every half hour, in 1 hour, it rains a full inch. And if it rains for half the day, half a day is 12 hours. So you're going to get 12 inches of rain in that rainstorm, which one FTCer said, that's a lot of rain. And I think that that's a ton of rain. That's a monsoon. Question number 7 was your music question. And it was asked by a friend of the show, Rosemary the Penguin. And she was covering, with all of her pipes and all the work she could do, she was covering a song by Ariana Grande called No Tears Left to Cry. And you should go check out some of Ariana's songs because they are great. Question number 8 was your history question. And while Emily, she was wearing goggles and a safety vest, I don't know if she would have been okay after the Titanic hit the iceberg in 1922. And I am blown away by the fact that there's going to be another Titanic that they're trying to launch. I can't imagine wanting to go on an exact replica of the Titanic, but I guess Emily would be fine because she does have those goggles and life vest. Question number 9 was the new category called Going for Seconds, and I know that this is going to be one of our favorite categories on this show. And it was a bit of a tricky question because guess what? There are kind of 2 right answers. If you ask most of the world says the Nile River is the longest river in the world, which means the Amazon is the second longest. But in 2013, Brazilian scientists went down the Amazon for 2 weeks and they were measuring the whole trek. And at the end of the trek, they measured it. And at the end of the trek, they said that the Amazon River is actually longer than the Nile. But most of the rest of the world haven't caught on to this. I am inclined to believe that the Amazon is actually longer. And I am saying that that is my new longest river in the world. But I actually accepted both answers. So if you wrote Nile or Amazon, you got it right. Question number 10 was your wild card question, and it was all about snow and jokes. And this week I'm only going to read one snow joke because it is one that still has me laughing. And I don't even know why. I can't even explain why this joke is funny, but I love it. All right, ready? What do you call a snowman in a snowstorm? A snow gobble. Thanks to Henrietta for submitting that joke. We loved it. All right, let's go find out who is the winner this week. Well, it happened. The first ever back-to-back winner. That's right. Nat did it again. Woo! Nat, proud of you, buddy. I am proud to call myself your teacher at one point, and you are just making it happen. So we are going to, we'll give you a crown. Maybe put it right there. Maybe we need a cape, maybe even a throne. Oh, we got a lot of stuff to give you. But guess what, guys? You can beat Nat. There's only one way to do it. Watching next week for some more FTC trivia. That's right. We are going to do another episode next week, and it is going to be all about summertime. Yeah, why not? It's happening. Summer's coming. That's our theme. So here's what you need to do. You need to subscribe. You need to like. You need to find a way to make sure that the FTC comes to your mailbox next week so that we can show you all the summer vibes that we have going on. I'm also going to read the poem that I wrote, Nat, and stay tuned for the end of the show for that. Anyhow, we'll see you next Friday, everybody. Bye. To Nat. Every keystroke is precise, every answer on time. He needs no advice. Nat is truly sublime. Like a glorious chicken soaring through the sky, or a playful manatee just swimming by. In the deepest oceans or furthest galaxies, Nat's the trivia hero of the FTC family.